My Lords, Your Royal Highnesses, Your Excellency, honoured and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Deputy Chairman Councillor Francis Stainton. Thank you.
Good evening. I have the honour to welcome His Royal Highness Prince Sulaiman bin Ahmad bin Nawal Al Saud, and also Her Royal Highness Princess Katerina Karađorđević. I'm not very good at these names, am I? Karađorđević, that's better. And also many distinguished guests who are here tonight, dear family and dear friends. We make a very warm welcome to you, and we thank you for coming to support us here tonight. It's much appreciated. World peace and prosperity may seem a far cry, given the unpredictableness and the dangerousness of our times, which are being experienced in so many places. However, I can assure you that here in this room, we have those exceptional people who do create just that, peace and prosperity. And I hope you have fun meeting them tonight. My thanks, of course, go to dear Lord Carrington, our hosting peer. Thank you very much for looking after us again. Much appreciated. And I also have a message for you from the Right Honourable Greg Hands MP, who is, well, he's the Minister for International Trade, and if that wasn't enough, he's now a Minister for London. And topping it all, it's half term. And he's only getting 3 days to see his wife and children, so I've let him off. But he said he's very sorry not to be here, and he wanted to send his best greetings to all of us, and to hope that we have a wonderful evening together. Next, I have the pleasure to announce that Dr. Suhail Chuktai has now been appointed a director of WPPF, and we're very delighted to have him on board. He's a tower of strength. Tonight, we also give a special welcome to Akiko Mikano, who was flown specially from Japan for just the night to come and join us, because she likes the atmosphere and she likes meeting old friends. And the same goes for Fergus Williams, who is the co-founder of Walking with the Wounded, which was my chosen charity when I was Mayor of Hammersmith and Fulham. In fact, we did it twice, Fergus, didn't we? And he's gone from strength to strength. Prince Harry took his inspiration really from Fergus and Walking with the Wounded, and has now, got his own Invictus and has moved on to very amazing things. But Walking the Wounded also started off more or less in the kitchen, so small things often grow into very big things, and we welcome you all that come back again. We've got 1 or 2 people who have been awarded before who come back, and we love that. So now we're going to come to our chairman, Prince Mohsin Ali Khan, who's presenting the awards. But he's good at presenting awards, he's used to doing it, but what he never does is to mention what he has received in the way of awards. He's had all sorts of things, like a couple of doctorates, honorary doctorates, and the Freedom of the City of London, and he was appointed an ambassador for peace at the World Peace Congress in Seoul. And that's just to mention a few. Now, he also will tell you about this symbolic little figure that you see on your table, which is, it's really man and woman as one, but he will tell you the history of it. May I invite you now, Prince Mohsin, to come, and we'll start presenting the awards.
I think I'm very humble man. I'm a servant to the mankind. And I'm so happy some people, nearly all of you, is very dedicated to humanity. And I'm very pleased that I have one lady, that lady from ex-mayor of Hammersmith and Fulham. In fact, she has been elected twice. So I'm very proud to have her. And in fact, she has done the whole thing because I lined up in the hospital for more than 2 weeks.
Yes,
So, etc. Now, let me.
Oh, tell them about the statue.
Oh, well, you see, that is the secret. So good to say. I think I can tell you that. These statues is a replica molded. There are only two real in the world. One is in Hyderabad, one is Greece. So that's why you see that two in one. If you turn the other way around, it will be a
man or a woman, whichever way
whichever.
yours is.
So something unique, I thought, you will enjoy having it.
It was made especially in India.
Oh yes, especially, yes, from Hyderabad. Now,
Ladies and gentlemen, WPPF winners for 2017 will start at the top. And would you please welcome Mr. Dhananjay Baluji, Srivastav, OBE.
thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. And I'm very happy to receive this
Lady Mayor.
award. I don't know whether I deserve it or not, but I'm here. I'm so lucky to be nominated and I received this award and I'm very, very lucky. And I'm sure there will be more blind people who will be more lucky.
Why not?
Thank you.
So, I will present you want to take a picture?
Your second winner, Dr. Tahir Akhtar, BSc, MB, DS, DAUK, FFARI, FRCSI, FRCA, FFICM, MLOD. So, thank you. It's a lot of titles.
Well, equally we are proud to have you, and especially people like you who has reached
The stars.
the stars. And I will, today is our pleasure to honor you and to give you this humble certificate that can
It was only last week that we were here. In the same room, here, Prince and Lady Stanton, Francis Stanton, they were here as our guests. And we were doing exactly prosperity here. We had members from all over the world, starting from China all the way Far East, Middle East, members of the royal family from the Gulf, and the President of Namibia. And we were doing exactly this, prosperity for British business, and we were promoting British business. So I'm very glad to be here, and thank you very much. I'm very humbled to receive this. Thank you.
Your next winner, Mr. Alexander Talbot Rice.
So anyhow, everybody is great today. So equally, I like to present some kind of certificate and recognizing you and your efforts, and God bless you.
Thank you very much indeed.
Perhaps you'd like to speak.
I'd like to say a couple of words.
Okay, well, I know that everyone's hungry, so I won't speak for too long.
Yes, that's good.
But I think I'm here because I founded something called the Afghan Rugby Federation. And I believe, I'm an artist, and I believe that art is one language which we can all enjoy and speak, and it helps us all to communicate. And my experience in Afghanistan was that actually we're all very similar. We're not very different from one another. In fact, the only things that separate us aren't our culture, they aren't our religion, but they're whether or not we have a good heart, and whether or not we're kind, and whether or not we believe in good things. And as long as we all believe in these things and we gather together in situations like this, I think everything will be okay. So thank you very much. I'm very proud of this.
Whenever I see you, you are in a different dress. So certainly, it's my pleasure, it's our pleasure that you're helping us. Not only us, there are many institutions you support in your wife. And we would like to honor you on behalf of our society, our charity, for you to have it.
Thank you, Prince. It's quite humbling actually standing here in such august company, and it's a terrific honour to receive this award, an amazing honour. And the common denominator for me, really following on from the previous speaker, I find it quite thrilling. I mean, I guess we all like good things, we all like charity, we all like philanthropy, etc., etc. And there's a common cause, whatever part of the globe we're from. And the thrill for me is that we're winning. And in terms of lots of horrible things going on in the world, the media trying to negate all the good, I feel really positive when I come into an arena like this and mix with people of a similar mind from whatever corner of the earth. And I find it most encouraging that we're not just holding on, we're pushing forward, and definitely we will win.
Yes.
To Sheikh Abdul Latif Al Fawzan.
Your Royal Highness, Lords, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of my grandfather, Mr. Abdul Latif Al Fawzan, and myself, thank you. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the World Peace and Prosperity Foundation for their efforts in advocating global philanthropy. Firstly, I'm delighted that such a prestigious award has been bestowed on my grandfather. It is with great pride that I can stand in front of you today and tell you confidently that social responsibility is in the heart of all of our companies and runs through all our activities. Al Fawzan Social Foundation strives to provide pioneering social programs built on professionalism, quality, sustainability, and continuous development that benefits the individual, their families, and their communities. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank the World Peace and Prosperity Foundation for this award. Finally, I'd like to end by quoting this: "What we do for ourselves alone dies with us. What we do for others and the world remains and is immortal." Thank you.
The next award goes to Dr. Zaituna Shah.
Yes. Please come. She is a great lady, regardless of her height and her passion for a very academic person from Oxford, has many degrees. It's better to say she is very much good human being, good scholar in her own right. And we are very pleased to offer a humble certificate to you. So you can stand here.
Thank you so much for Francis and Prince Mohsen. I have spent most of my life activating for Muslim women integration into Europe. And I worked at Oxford for many years trying to give the positive aspects of Muslim civilization, Islamic civilization, and also women's issues. And I believe that women want to integrate into Europe more than the men do. And I have devoted my life to this, as I am myself an immigrant who came here many, many years ago and have integrated into Europe. And thank you very much for this.
Thank you for coming.
Our Young Award winner for 2017, Miss Inez Alves.
You hold it.
Now turn
That's it. Now, could you give introduction of Ines?
Well, when I say give an introduction, I think she's rather well introduced already. I think most people in this room know exactly who you are, even though you're only 16 years old. And you're following in the footsteps of Malala Yousafzai, who was also 16 years old, when she had been shot trying to get education for girls in Pakistan. She was in Birmingham and she was saved. And I bet you've all seen that she's gone on to be the youngest Nobel Prize Peace winner.
But we were the first to honor.
We were the first to honour her, and we honoured her when she was under threat. And that had a great purpose. We intended the world to have a better, a firmer knowledge of how we intended to see she survived. But Ines is a new young person who has, as those of you who don't know, she was caught up in the Grenfell Tower, that inferno, when everyone was suddenly placed in this appalling situation. But she and her family escaped. You were slightly singed, I think, weren't you? You weren't really burnt, but it was quite enough. And all her possessions and things disappeared. So I was most impressed with the beautiful dress she was wearing. I said, don't worry, if you've only got jeans, we don't mind. She said, no, she's got her clothes. She's that kind of person, you see. Whatever you might think is going to be difficult for her, she says, oh no, that's fine. And when she was looking at this fire and feeling it was all very sad, and her friends were ringing up, are you there, are you all right? She suddenly realised that in no time flat, a few hours, she had to sit her GCSE exam and GCSE exam. So she thought, well, I'll go off and do that. And the teacher said, you don't have to. And she said, oh yes, I do. And she went off and came away with the most amazing A stars and ASs and heaven knows what. There was no fun about. She is now an example for young people who will take courage and take inspiration from the way she's behaved, because we do ape our peers, we often copy what they do, and I think you'll have some followers already. Anyway, if you want to say a little word or two, there you are.
I would like to accept this in memory of my neighbours who weren't actually able to do their GCSE, so thank you very much.
With this goes a little envelope. Thank you.
So first of all, you should hear the notes, which are not, I'm not playing those notes. For example, I play one string, and you hear this is the specialty of sitar.
My lords, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I'll be very brief. Actually, this isn't really a reflection on the award. Actually, it's a personal thanks to Prince Mohsin and Francis. I got a telephone call from Francis in 2011 when we'd set up the charity out of the blue, and she said that she had seen what we were doing, and that at that time was an expedition with some servicemen who'd been injured to the North Pole. And she said she'd like to help us in her capacity as mayor of Hammersmith and Fulham. And over 2 years, she raised £100,000 for us. And really that got us on the track to where we are today. And so my thanks, Francis, Prince Mohsin, to you both for that support in those early days. And actually, I like to think that she saw something in my organisation, and this has been reflected very much in what she and Prince Mohsin are trying to achieve with the foundation here, recognising excellence, recognising respect, dignity, peace, prosperity, which are really good things to try and strive to. Just briefly, from those early days in 2011, last year we supported 1,185 people with quite some severe challenges. Of those, 680 got jobs, which is really where we want to try and take them. Independence, employment, and purpose. And for somebody with significant mental health or physical health challenges, That's a great place to be. This year, I hope we will get close to 2,000. And more importantly, this is being championed by Frances early doors. We couldn't have done that without her early door support. So thank you very much. I'd like to finish just on one thought. I was very moved by Ines coming up here and receiving her award and talking about her experiences. And we must inspire our youth because they're the future. But I thank God when our youth inspire us. Thank you.
I would like to thank our Peace and Prosperity Foundation, Prince Musin and Councillor Francis Staten. I had an honor to receive this award in 2014 for having written a book called Rising from the Ashes, a true story of survival and forgiveness from Hiroshima. Both my parents were in the middle of the explosions and they got severely injured and miraculously survived. So what I wanted to do by writing the book was to really send a message of my parents' forgiveness and resiliency, because nowadays when you look at the world, there are a lot of conflicts still going on, and a lot of them are retaliations going on forever. And so that was hoping to break the cycle. And now the book is in 5 languages. And since I received the award, I have been recognized as the WPPF award winner in pretty much every continent that I go to, and every country I go to. So it has been very, very a privilege and a big help in my efforts in sending the message. So thank you so much to the foundation, and especially to the Prince and the Counselor. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Young. Thank you.